Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Enrichment Series. As we say every week, it isn't always easy to compete with companies that are bigger than you and have greater resources. However, one advantage you can have is you can be smarter than they are. No one can tell you how much you can learn and how much of an expert and an asset you can be. That's why education is critical for small businesses. And that's why we at Referral Exchange strive to make you just a little bit smarter every week. So let's get right to it. This week, we're talking about email. The first email was most likely sent by Ray Tomlinson in 1971. At the time, he was working on a government-funded research project that eventually became the internet. He invented a system allowing users to send messages between connected computers that were on the government system. Interesting fact, Queen Elizabeth II was the first head of state to use email in 1976. And in case we think it's all wine and roses, the first spam email was sent in 1978. So over the last 50 years, since Ray sent his first email, the system has matured and expanded to where in 2021, there were 319.6 billion emails per day. To say that email has become a blessing and a curse is to put it mildly. In his book, A World Without Email, author and computer science professor at Georgetown University, Cal Newport, talks about the communicative beast that is email and how it could be spawning havoc in the workplace. As Dr. Newman explains, there are two types of communication, asynchronous and synchronous. For thousands of years, all of mankind's communication was synchronous or immediate. The first forms of asynchronous communication or communication happening not at the same time were things like cave drawings, pictograms, art, and written languages. However, synchronous communication remained the principal form of communication. Even the use of the telephone is a form of synchronous communication. It wasn't until the advent of email that the apple cart was completely overturned. We may think that email is superior, but as Dr. Newman points out, we'd be dead wrong. Synchronous communication is by far the most effective and, more importantly for businesses, the most efficient and productive. Think of a 5-minute conversation. Two people in real time discuss and resolve, or at least determine the path forward, and assignments are distributed. Now, if we take that 5-minute conversation offline and put it into an email, it now generates dozens of messages, if not more, back and forth. And all these messages create ad hoc emails that are asynchronous, forcing us to continually check our emails to see where we stand, which in turn destroys our productivity. That quick email, even to one person, can generate 5 or 6 back and forth messages. Since we check our email, or at least knowledge workers do, every 6 minutes on average, that can amount to 6 to 10 email checks while waiting for a response. This means that you may check your email 60 times while you process and complete that one conversation. And that's for one email. Think of all the different projects you have going that you use email as your primary means of communication. All these interruptions destroy focus and cause fatigue and anxiousness. Studies show that it can take 10 to 15 minutes to restore focus after an interruption. When 10 to 15-minute focus recovery time is placed alongside the need to check email every 6 minutes, it's no wonder at the end of the day, we fall back in our chairs and ponder why we didn't accomplish more. Solving this problem and regaining our productivity isn't easy, but there are a few things we can start right away. Review your emails and determine for each project how many emails were required, and ask yourself if a simple phone call or a Zoom meeting would have been better. And also, schedule office hours. and let others know that you're available to meet or speak with them, and stress that this will take the place of email. It is impossible to slay the email beast, but we can at least tame it. To quote Noela Evans, challenge is a dragon with a gift in its mouth. Tame the dragon, and the gift is yours. Well, all right, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or you'd like to know how you can grow your business by joining a referral exchange networking chapter, or even how to start your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And be sure, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Thanks, and hopefully, I'll see you next week. Bye.